Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the stream today. Today, we're going to be drafting in the new Frenchie 3. And this draft is a little interesting. So if you look at the top up here, you will see the round advancements. So you're going to be put into a group of 4. Or excuse me, a group of 12, and the top 4 will move out of it. Then you're going to go and have a one-on-one in the quarterfinals. Then you're going to go and have a one-on-one in the semifinals. And it's a 468 seat final. So it's a very interesting format. Excuse me, but I'm excited to get into it today and see how this goes. Okay, so we got pick 11 here. I have not drafted much from pick 11, but on the side right here, you can see my rankings. So hopefully Justin Jefferson or CeeDee Lamb can fall to us. But we'll see what happens when we get to the turn right here. At the turn, who are you guys normally taking? So Lamb goes. Who are you guys taking? Are you guys going double running back? So we're gonna get a running back here. And honestly, I'm gonna go double running back. I don't really like going double running back, but you kind of have to, and this is all you got. All right, let's see. So we'll go James Cook. I don't have any of him, and he's my highest ranked player right now. Jonathan Taylor is still on the board, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like the price of Jonathan Taylor. I don't think the Colts are gonna do what they did last year. I just don't. If he makes it back to us, we'll take him. But I don't think he will. Let's see what BQ Arbez wants to do. So he goes Barkley. And then who's he going to go? I could also honestly go Devon Achane. He is also the guy on our thumbnail. And he does have a week 17 game versus Buffalo. So we could get a Devon Achane and James Cook stack, which is what I'm going to do. Omarion Hampton is my highest rated player because I think he'll be on a better offense than what Miami will be. But I'll go Devon Achane. He's on the thumbnail. And he has the week 17 game correlation with James Cook. So is Devon Achane worth a round 1 pick in Underdog Best Ball this year? Let's take a look. Devon Achane. So he has played every game since his second year. So in the last 2 seasons, he's played every game except for week 18 last year. Last year, his second season, he averaged 17.6 per game, 17.6 points per game. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks with more than 20 fantasy points. And he finished as RB5 in points per game and total points. And if you're looking at who gets drafted ahead of him for running backs, it's Bijan, it's Gibbs, it's Taylor, it's McCaffrey, it's James Cook. Those are the ones that get drafted ahead of him. And Devon Achane has as high of a ceiling as almost every single one of them. So do I think that he can be a round 1 pick this year and you can get away with it? Yes. I think you can. Let's go back to general. So if you look at the players that he compares to, Cook, Peterson, Jones-Drew, Elliott, in their year 24 season, Dalvin Cook did manage to go from 20 to 24 points. But other than that, the rest of these guys, they kind of dropped a little bit, to be honest. He's not in the best offense. He is going to catch the ball a lot. They do need some receiving help. But he's like the only weapon on this team. So if he's going to get there, it's got to be through receiving work. Because I don't think he's going to get there through touchdowns this year. Okay, we're coming up here. We took 2 running backs at the 1-2 turn, which means that we are going to be taking at least 1 receiver here. Louis says, "What's up, player? What's up, homie? Thank you for coming in. Thank you. How you doing today?" So I haven't taken any Josh Allen. Josh Allen falls to us at pick 35. We have James Cook. Why not? He is my highest ranked player here. So that's what I'm going to take. And then we're for sure taking a receiver here. I've taken 14% Garrett Wilson. So I'm not going to take him. And I'm going to take T. Higgins. So the puppy, I've done a lot of them already. I've done like 14 of them. And they're cool because they have the highest, like obviously you can win $100,000 from $5 in that tournament, but it's so hard to do, right? And in the Frenchie, if you look at the top right here, 4 out of the 12 teams move on to the the quarterfinals, and that's like in the puppy it's 2 out of 12. So you have a much higher chance to move on to the playoffs in this tournament. Then you get to the quarterfinals and semifinals, and it's one-on-one. It's 1 against 1, right? So that is a lot easier to actually make the finals in this tournament than it is in any other tournament. So I really like the format. And it's a 468 seat final. So I'm going to be honest with you, because, and then you asked, does your strategy differ slightly between the two? It can differ depending on how you want to play it, right? If you are just trying to make the finals, you can draft more for floor because there's such an easier chance to make it to the semifinals, to the quarterfinals, to the playoffs. But then once you get to the finals, it's a 468 seat final, which is pretty similar to the other drafts that we have. Let's go take a look at the puppy. The puppy is a 625 seat final, which is still pretty big. This one's a 667 seat final. So 468 is not that far off. So you still kind of, in my opinion, I still draft like I'm looking for upside. Because when you get to that final, the only way to win big money is to get first out of 468 other people. So does my strategy differ? I'm going to be honest with you, no. My strategy is not going to differ in these. What about you? Which one do you prefer? Have you done any of the Frenchies? Because this is the first Frenchie I've done. I didn't get a chance to do Frenchie 1, and then Frenchie 2 was like $50, and I didn't want to do a $50 draft, if I'm being completely honest. Okay. So we're coming up here. Judkins is my highest ranked player, but we are falling behind at receiver. So even if Judkins falls, I'm going to go Dunze and I'm going to go Christian Watson. Okay, never mind. I need Christian Watson to fall here because I need a receiver. This guy has 2 running backs, 2 receivers already. So he does take Christian Watson. I need receivers, so I'm going to reach for Carnell Tate. And then I'm just going to queue up all these guys because I just need receivers here. These are not my highest ranked players. I would rather go Judkins, Tootin, and Hubbard over all these guys, to be honest with you. But I need receiver help bad on this team. Louis, I see you. Let me make this next pick right here, see who we get, and then I'll answer. Thank you. So they go Judkins. They're going to go into the receivers here. They're going to draft a 4th running back in the 6th round. Let's see what they do. They go Jaden Daniels. Okay. Between the two of these, I have Brian Thomas Jr. ranked higher. So I'm going to go Brian Thomas Jr. Okay. Louis says, I did a bunch of pre-draft and about 10 puppies so far. Nice. I didn't do any pre-draft. From the pre-draft, how do you feel about those? Do you like not knowing where the rookies are going? Do you feel like that's a bigger advantage for you? Or do you just like doing them because you just like doing best ball? And then no Frenchies yet, but plan to do tonight, tomorrow. Yeah, I would recommend you do some tonight, at least one of them. Because from my experience, the Friday tournaments, they fill up about... Well, I'm on the West Coast. They probably fill up about noon. Between like 10 and noon on the West Coast the following day. So unless you want to do them early, I suggest that you probably do one of these tonight. Because I'm going to be honest, if I'm going to put $10, I think this is the draft that I would want to do it in. Because you just have such a high chance to make the finals. And the other ones, it's kind of hard. Because you got like a 1 of 15 in the Best Ball Mania, 1 of 16. And then in the puppy, it's 1 of 6 and then 1 of 8, I believe. Let's see. 1 of 10 and then 1 of 6. So yeah, this one you just have a high chance to make the playoffs. So I would highly, highly recommend this one. Okay, I'll hammer both Frenchies tonight. Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do, to be honest. Do you have a football team, Louis, or do you just like to do fantasy football? And it says, are people overrating injury risk in best ball drafts? So here's my take on injuries. Let's take Malik Neighbors, for example, right? Let's take Malik Neighbors. Everything that I read says not to worry about him, but people have dropped him from like mid to early round 2 all the way down to end of round 2 to beginning of round 3. I don't think we should be overreacting to his. Like, I'm buying the dip on his because of the ceiling that he has. But then there are other players who are injured and haven't practiced yet. I think the Bucky Irving one is kind of a big deal. He hasn't been cleared to practice yet with his shoulder. So people that aren't practicing right now, I think we have to be a little cautious of them earlier in the best ball season, because once they get declared not able to practice, once like the training camps start, they're going to drop a lot. So that's when I would recommend drafting them. So our highest ranked player here is Jaylen Warren. So honestly, I'm probably going to go Chris Godwin, and then whichever one of these running backs falls down to us. I like Chris Godwin a lot. I want to take this off. How do I... Filters. No. How do I do this? What's right here? There we go. Okay. So whichever one of these falls to us, I'm going to take him. Preferably Jaylen Warren, because we get the Tennessee stack with Tate. But let's see. There we go. I could reach for Trevor Lawrence, but I already have Josh Allen, so there's no point. Louis says, Pat's guy, what about you? I'm a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. I don't live in Philly. I grew up in SoCal. But I never really had a team growing up, and neither did my family. They were like the Raiders. My mom was a Pats fan when Tom Brady was there, but I could never get into them. When I was younger, my favorite color still is green, but I loved playing Madden. And when they had like in 2010, when they lost to I think it was 2010, 2011, 2012 to the Cardinals in the conference championship finals, I remember that being my first like game I actually sat down to watch. And ever since then, I've used them in Madden, and I just really liked them. How do you feel about the Pats this year? I'm pretty certain A.J. Brown's going there. Like 99% certain A.J. Brown's going there. Okay. Which players are the biggest values right now on Underdog? So in tight end, George Kittle is going as tight end 9. And I know that he's hurt. I know that he is. But when he's healthy, let's see. When he's healthy, this is what he does. This is what he does. He has not ever finished lower than sixth place for tight end in points per game. And he's only ever finished twice below 8 in total for the year. So we are drafting him at honestly his absolute floor. If I were you, I would be drafting a bunch of George Kittle. So I think he's a really big value. Any player where news comes out about them and people overreact to it, like I said, the Malik Neighbors one, I think he's a huge value. Who else on here is a huge value? Any of these receivers that don't have a team, you're drafting them. Give me a sec. In hopes that they go to a good team. So those can be good values as well. Okay, wait, here we go. Okay. I need a tight end. My highest ranked player is Kyle Pitts. I'm probably going to go Kyle Pitts, if I'm being honest here. So Kyle Pitts makes it to us. I'm going to go Kyle Pitts here. And then let's see who makes it back to us. 2, 5, 8, 4. I could go Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. I don't really need a quarterback just yet. Out of these players, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt is the better pick. And they have a team up with, or they have a week 17 matchup with Jacksonville. So I'm going to go Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. Okay. Louis says, I'm new to best ball. How does a playoff matchup make a difference, and how do you decide? So I'm assuming you're asking me, how do I decide which players to draft if they match up against each other, like in real life in the NFL, like if the Jacksonville Jaguars are playing the Washington Commanders in week 15, 16, 17? I'm assuming that's what you're asking me. Oh no, I get you. No, you're asking me, how does a playoff matchup work if it's like the top one of 2 teams or the top one of 15 teams? Can you correct me before I answer on which one of those? Actually, I'll just answer both of them. So I'll answer this one first. If it's like in this one, for example, a 1 out of 2 teams makes a 1 out of 2 teams moves on from the quarters to the semis, and then 1 out of 2 teams moves on from the semis to the finals, right? So, the first one. Also answer this one, just in case there's anybody else in here that is curious. You do not need to have the best team ever. You just need to get a good matchup that week. Because somebody could have your exact same team in a 1 out of 2 matchup, but they can move on because the team they played against is worse. If you're going up against 15 other teams, 14 other teams, 10 other teams, you have to have a high ceiling team because at any moment you need to pop off, right? And then as far as real life NFL, I personally don't put too much weight into it. I know on this one, I've drafted a lot of correlation, like Tennessee and Washington, Miami, Buffalo, who else? What, Jacksonville and Washington. That is just how the board lined up. I wouldn't put too much weight into the week 17 matchup because you might not get there. I've drafted last year for a lot of week 17 correlation where teams just played against each other, and I'm just gonna be straight up. I didn't get a single person in a regular season best ball to the finals in the puppy, because I was drafting so much for week 17 and I just never made it there. If Jake Ferguson falls to us, I'm gonna pick him here. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pick him. And we're still not done at tight end. I'm going to reach for, man, I could go Cam Ward here. So to answer the question, don't put too much weight into it. Pick your best player available and like I don't need another one. I could go down here and reach for one of these guys. I could just go Cam Ward and pair him up with Carnell Tate. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pick Cam Ward and pair him up with Carnell Tate, and then we'll be done at quarterback. Don't put too much weight into week 17 because you might not make it there. Unless, like, you're trying to decide between 1, 2, 3 and the top 4 people and you don't know who to decide on because they're all equal ranks to you, then I would recommend going with the one that has the week 17 matchup, but don't focus so much on it. Just pick your best player and who you think is the best pick there. That will help you get to the finals, because if you're drafting for the finals, you might not even make it to the finals. I know it was a long-winded answer, but I hope that helped. All right, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you. We have 6 likes. If we can get 4 more, we'll do a second Frenchie, and we'll see if you guys want to get in here with us. This one did take quite a while to fill. I was sitting in the lobby for probably like 7-10 minutes. What's the sharpest roster construction for 2026 best ball tournaments? So, roster construction is down here, right? 2, 5, 8, 3. It's how many quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends that you take on your team. The most popular option is always 3, 5, 7, 3. 3 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, 7 receivers, 3 tight ends. So that's the most popular build. Let me get to these first. Louis, thanks. Makes sense. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. And then Corey in the house. What's up, Corey? Corey says, is French's mustard your favorite? Are you a Heinz guy? I've never actually had French's mustard, to be honest with you. So I have to say Heinz. I have to. You got to do it. What about you? Are you a French's mustard or are you a Heinz guy? I'm coming up. We'll get back to the roster construction after I pick right here. So I'm done at quarterback. I can't believe I'm not done at tight end. That's unbelievable to me. Okay. Jeez. I do not like any of these. Man, this is a terrible range to draft. And I guess I'll go tight end, but I just don't have enough receiver firepower. Man. I could go Zach Charbonnet. I'll go Zach Charbonnet here. So the thing with Zach Charbonnet is he's not going to be ready. He's just not. Corey says, love French's. I got to check it out. Where do you get it at? Any store? Mr. Grapefruit, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you, Mr. Grapefruit. Thank you. Hope you're enjoying the stream. And welcome. Thank you for being here. Oh, I'm up. Okay. I could go another rookie in Denzel Boston. This is another rookie. I think I have to go. I could get Kenyon Sadiq. He's a rookie. He's fallen quite a bit here. I'm going Sadiq. I shouldn't have done this. I should have gone receiver. But hopefully I can sneak through with the way that this tournament lines up. So now I'm done at tight end. I'm done at running back, and I'm strictly receiver through the rest of this draft. So going back to roster construction. So the most popular one is 3-5-7-3. 3-5-7-3. However, my favorite roster construction in 2026, because of how the way these drafts go, is 2 quarterbacks. I do not like the price of the third quarterback here. The third quarterback is this range of Stroud, Ward, Young, Darnold. Like, this Who's the last one? Love is really the last quarterback that like you feel comfortable drafting in this range. I don't feel comfortable drafting Malik Willis, Darnold, Jones, Young, Ward, Stroud. I don't feel comfortable drafting any of these players in the range that they're going. So if you can get one of these quarterbacks up top, a Jackson, a Hurts, a Daniels, a May, a Prescott, a Burrow, a Josh Allen, if you can get any one of these guys and then have to only get one more, that's my preferred. And then it would be 2-5-8-3. And then after this draft, you'll see that that is my favorite and preferred draft, my roster construction. I just don't want to be drafting these third quarterbacks. Okay. So this team is, I don't want to say it's dead, but I needed some real big help from wide receivers later down the line right here. Real big help. Okay. What's the biggest mistake casual drafters make in early rounds? Let's take a look and see if anybody did it here. The biggest mistake casual drafters draft in early rounds. Let's see. Wish I could make this bigger. There we go. So, nobody really did it here. But through round 7, you really want to have like 4 receivers. Like I barely made it. If you're through round 7 and you only have like 2 or 3 receivers, your team is just dead. You need to make sure that you are taking receivers because you're starting 3 of them in this tournament. You're starting 3 of them. And if you don't have at least 4, in my opinion, through the 7 rounds, you need some real big values to fall to you. Real big. Okay. The other thing too. Oh wait, let me pick. AJ Barner, we're not taking him. We are going to take Jerry Jeudy. I've taken a lot of Jerry Jeudy, but we need receiver help, so we're going to take Jeudy. And then on the way back, we already have one rookie. I don't really want to take Jeremy. Trey Harris is a second year. We could take Trey Harris. So that's in the early round. You just want to make sure that you have at least 4 wide receivers through the first 7 rounds. Trey Harris. We're going to take Trey Harris. Another thing that people do, this is not really specifically to the early rounds, but another thing that people do is they're not stacking their quarterbacks with their players. In these large field tournaments, like this one, it's a 468 seat final. You need to make sure that when you're drafting these quarterbacks, you have a stack with them. Whether that be a running back, like James Cook and Josh Allen here, or like Cam Ward, a quarterback and a receiver. If you're not drafting for stacks, especially when there's a large seat final like this one is, or like Best Ball Mania, or like the Puppy is, you really don't have a chance. Because the way that it works is if your receiver's going off for like 30, 35, 40 points, the quarterback is more than likely going to go off. If you get a running back and a quarterback, and the running back catches 2 touchdowns, you have a unique combo because not many people are stacking quarterbacks with running backs. It's more common to see them stacking it with receivers or tight ends. But for sure in these drafts, you need to make sure that you are stacking your quarterbacks with a pass catcher. Okay. We're at 8 likes. If we can get 2 more, we will get into another draft. We have 2 rounds left. So 2 rounds to get 2 more likes. I appreciate all you guys being here. Appreciate all the support on the stream so far. And I appreciate all the questions you guys are asking. It makes it fun. And I hope that you guys have learned something. I personally have not won a season-long best ball draft, but I have won a battle royale in the playoffs last year. And if you guys are interested, I can kind of show you how that looked like. Just let me know in the chat if you guys want to see what that looked like. Just put a yes in the chat. Or no, if you're like, I don't care, bro. Just shut up. And I'll respect that. All right, we're coming up here. Let's see. I'm going to be honest with you. I love Tyreek Hill here. If Tyreek Hill can fall to me, I'm drafting him. 10 times out of 10 right now. I need Tyreek to fall to me. Okay, one more person. Give me Tyreek. We get Tyreek Hill. And then one more receiver I actually love, and I might be a biased homer here. But let me get Dontavian Wicks. Come on down, buddy. Come on down, buddy. Come on, Wicks. Let's see it. And he falls. Okay, perfect. We're going to get in another Frenchie right here. We needed 2 more likes. We're close enough. We're close enough. This has been a fun draft. You guys have been hanging out, asking some good questions. And I want to get another one before it fills up. And I'm not going to be able to stream in the morning tomorrow. All right, we got the last spot in this draft. The last spot. We got pick 10, so not that much different. Pick 10 here. Is anyone in here with us? All right, let's see. Excuse me. Okay. I really hope one of these receivers falls to us. I don't think that one of them will. But I want like a Justin Jefferson or a CeeDee Lamb to fall first because I really don't like taking 2 running backs back-to-back in the first 2 rounds. I would prefer to take at least 1 running back. But after this group of receivers goes, you have to be taking these running backs ahead of these ones. Maybe you can make an argument for Rashee Rice over a couple of these guys. Maybe Drake London, Malik if he's healthy, but I actually do like Malik. I would probably put him like right here above Kenneth and Derrick Henry. All right, we're coming up. We are 4 picks away with 3 receivers left. Let me get one of them. Somebody take McCaffrey. One of these 2 take McCaffrey, please. I don't want him. All right, we're going to get one of these receivers, which is great. We will be getting one of these. Okay, we're going to get CeeDee Lamb, actually. Wow. CeeDee Lamb falls to the 10 spot. And then we will be getting one of these running backs on the way back, which I personally like to start better than the last start we had, which was back-to-back running backs in Devon Achane and James Cook. So let's see here. Settings. Oh, I got to do this. I got to sync it. Synced. And then got to go here. Okay. We're up next here. I have fixed the tool so that way I could see who we drafted in the last one because I don't want to be picking the same player since it's only a 2-entry team. I'll go Saquon. He's my highest ranked player. I think Saquon's going to have a bounce back year. Again, I could be a homer, but that's okay. So I know you asked earlier, how does the playoff structure affect how I'm drafting in these tournaments? I would say more so the number of entries that I'm able to get, which is 2, affects me as well, because I don't want to draft the same team twice. So it's good that I'm able to see who I drafted last time, like Josh Allen, T. Higgins. I don't want to draft the same players, especially getting the 11 pick and then the 10 pick. I just don't want to draft the same players. Okay. Are elite tight ends actually worth paying up for in best ball? So let's look at the elite tight ends here, because they're right here. Brock Bowers, when healthy, can absolutely break best ball. 43 points from a tight end is insane. Look at this. You don't see very many other tight ends doing this. Trey McBride can absolutely break best ball. Week 17, 30 points. Week 17, 23 points. So Trey McBride and Brock Bowers can absolutely break best ball. If you want to go elite tight end, if you go Bowers, if you go McBride, even if you go Loveland, you can make the argument for Loveland. You only want to take 2 tight ends. With Loveland, you could still go 3, but you're taking him in the 4th or 5th round. Most of the time in the 5th round. You want to save your firepower for running back or receiver at that point. But you could make the argument that you could go for 2. So is it worth paying up? Yes. If you're only taking one of them and you're not taking the second one until like the double digit rounds, maybe 9, 10, 11, 12 around there. I've taken, to be honest with you guys, a lot of Bowers and McBride in a lot of my drafts, and I can show you guys after this. We're coming on the clock here. I'm going to go ETN. I have him ranked higher than Javonte Williams. And then I'm going to get a receiver on the way back. I'm not going to get T. Higgins again. I'll get somebody else. My preferred pick is McMillan. But I'll go McMillan. I'll go Garrett Wilson. Let's see who falls. Let's see which one of them makes it back to us. Okay. So we do get Tet falling to us, which is great. I'm not going another running back here. I know Javonte is my highest ranked player, but I need another receiver. Okay. Joe, yo, what's good, bro? Or gal. How you doing? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good day. You getting any of these Frenchie drafts or not yet? So this says, which player's ADP is going to rise over the next month? So if you look here, the rookie, a lot of the rookies are going to rise or have already risen, right? As we get closer to the start of the season, the rookies are going to start falling after the hype of the draft, and the veterans are going to come back up a little bit. So let's see. Who's going to start rising? Tony Pollard has risen 33 spots since the start. He's not going to rise that much. We could get Ramondre rising a little bit if the coaching staff comes out and stops messing with reporters and says that he's the starting running back over Trevion Henderson. My bad, that was a low blow. My bad, Louis. Who else? Darnell Mooney. Let's see how much he's risen. He's actually dropped 10 spots. Wow. I'm looking at these guys. Let's see. Am I coming up 8 picks away? Travis Hunter's ADP could actually rise a lot if the coaching staff comes out, or if I know they've already said he's going to be primarily a cornerback, but if one of those receivers gets traded from the Jags, or if during OTAs and during training camps they're posting videos of him as a receiver, he could rise a bunch. Who else? Any of the quarterbacks, so like Tua, Michael Penix, Fernando, Kirk, any of these guys who are in a quarterback battle that the coach hasn't come out and declared who's going to be the starting quarterback, they could also rise in ADP a lot. So what I do is I take my stand and I'm drafting Tua over Michael Penix. Could be the wrong thing, but that's where I'm taking my stand until told otherwise. Christian Watson falls to us. We're going to take him. He's my highest ranked player there. And I hadn't taken him yet in these Frenchies. And then let's see who comes back to us. I wouldn't mind taking these receivers. I would go Marvin Harrison because I've already taken Tate and Brian Thomas. Well, let's see. So Joe Burrow goes. I think Joe Burrow's drafting way too high. I can't believe Joe Burrow is going over Jaden Daniels and Jalen Hurts. Joe Burrow needs to be in this range. He doesn't run the ball. If he's not throwing 40 touchdowns, he doesn't make his ADP price. Okay, I could go Chuba. There is a drop-off of running backs after this, but I have these two. Marvin Harrison goes. I'm going to go Chuba and stack him with Tet McMillan and just hope that the Panthers' offense is better than what they were last year. All right, let's go back to this. Which other ADPs can rise? Let's see. Okay. Shador or Deshaun Watson, they can rise depending on who gets named the starting quarterback. These tight ends too, like the Rams tight ends, Colby Parkinson, Terrence Ferguson, they could also rise. Jake Tonjes, if we get news that Kittle is not recovering like he should be and he's going to miss some time, Jake Tonjes. Let's see. This is what he did in week 17. 19 points. For a last round pick. Kittle did not play in week 17. And when Tonjes got his time, he scored 19 points. And you're getting him for literally nothing. Kayshon Boutte. Let's look at the Patriots receivers. They got Romeo Doubs, Kayshon Boutte, Kyle Williams, Matt Collins, Demario Douglas. People are drafting him as if A.J. Brown is going there, which he probably is. But if A.J. Brown does not go there, he's the number 2 receiver in an offense that went to the Super Bowl. Now, down the stretch, he didn't perform that well, but he can get you 26-point weeks, 20-point weeks, 24-point weeks. He can do it. Especially being the number 2 without a Stephon Diggs or an A.J. Brown there. We're coming on the clock here. All right, let's see our construction. We need for sure 3 quarterbacks. So our build is 3-5-7-3. Thank you for being here. I don't want to say this too much to you guys. I appreciate you guys. If you like the stream, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Helps out. Hit the notification bell. That way you get notified when I go live. I'm going to be doing about 4 or 5 of these every week. Usually I'm in the puppies. Mondays we do Best Ball Manias. And if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It helps out a lot. It's free. And it just shows that you guys are enjoying what we're doing here and that you want to see more of it. So thank you. Appreciate you being here. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to go Tucker Kraft if he falls. Pair him up with Christian Watson. And then I'm going to go one of these receivers. I like all these receivers. I think this tier is a little bit better than this tier. Parker Washington and Metcalf over these guys. But I think Tucker Kraft is the pick here. And then I could go Jordan Love a little bit later. Right here. And then the next round, I think I'm going back-to-back quarterbacks. So I'm going to go Tucker Kraft. And then I'm probably going to go Cortland Sutton here. He's been the number 1 in the Broncos offense for the last couple of years now, but now that they have, he goes. Jalen Waddle. I think that'll draw away the number 1 cornerback from Sutton and put him on Waddle, which will open him up a little bit. I do need a quarterback. And I know in the last draft I said that. Man, I could just go Trevor Lawrence here. But no, I want to go receiver. I'll go Jordan Addison. Let's get the quarterbacks. We can go Kyler, Jordan Love, Tyler Shuck, if they make it back to us. Our next pick is 106. They could fall to us, but that's a big ask. What's the best way to handle uncertain backfields in tournaments? So an uncertain backfield is like Tampa Bay. Excuse me, not Tampa Bay. Washington. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt or Rachaad White. Pitt. Jalen Warren or Rico Dowdle. Who else has an uncertain backfield? Let's look and see who has an uncertain backfield. Oh, Patriots. Trevion or Ramondre? The Chicago, DeAndre Swift or Kyle Monangai. So those where you know there's not a true 3-down bell cow. How do you handle those? What I personally do is I'm trying to get 50-50 of them if I truly don't know, like between Rico Dowdle and Jalen Warren, like Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones. I'm trying to get 50-50, but on some of them where I just have a strong opinion, I'm making a stand. And if they're priced the same way, I'm picking one over the other. Like for Pitt, it could be either one of these guys. And they're only going like a round apart, 9 picks apart. It could be either one of these guys. I'm trying to have a 50-50 split of both of these guys. When it comes to the Vikings running backs, I'm not trying to have a 50-50 split. I want more Jordan Mason than I do Aaron Jones. They're going 1 pick apart. But I think Jordan Mason's the younger running back, and Aaron Jones does tend to get hurt. I'm picking the one that I have a strong opinion on. But if you don't have a strong opinion and they're going pretty close in price, just have 50-50 if you're doing a lot of these drafts. Okay, I'm going quarterback here. I'm going double quarterback here. And then I got to start going running back again. Okay. Okay, we're on the clock. I'm going Kyler. I think he'll help out the Vikings offense a lot. And then I'm going to go Jordan Love. If you look here, the finals rates are about the same. But to make the playoffs, you have a higher chance of with the quarterback, with 3 quarterbacks. So that's what I'm hoping. Oh, Jordan Love goes there. Who's on that guy's team? Matthew Golden. Interesting. Okay, so he goes Matthew Golden, then he goes Jordan Love. Michael Pittman's fallen quite a bit. I could reach on Tyler Shuck, which honestly is what I'm going to do. I need another quarterback here. And after the range of Tyler Shuck, look at these quarterbacks. Darnold, Ward, Stroud, Malik, Bryce, Jones, Mendoza. It's nasty. It's a nasty range. And if I didn't take Shuck there, I would have to take 2 of these guys to go alongside Kyler Murray. It's awful. So sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and reach for a player so that way you don't get stuck with anybody later. Okay. Is it smarter to draft floor or pure upside in large field tournaments? So a large field tournament is not really this tournament. There's only 5,000. I can't really see that from here. It's about 6,000 entrants in this tournament. But the way that the finals is set up, it's set up like a large field tournament because the finals is so large. So when you are drafting like this, you want a mix of both. You don't want just straight guys whose floor could be 0 or whose peak can be 30, 40 points. You want somebody who, if you're taking CeeDee Lamb, a Tet, a Watson, who have a nice floor of about 10 to 15 points, but they also have a ceiling of like 30 points. If you have a lot of these guys, you can afford to draft some just pure upside guys later in the drafts. But if you have like somebody who's hurt, let's say a Malik Neighbors, for example, then you draft a Carnell Tate, then you draft a Jordan Tyson, who you don't know exactly what they're going to do and what their floor is because either they're hurt like a Malik Neighbors and might not start this season, which I think he will, or these rookies. You can't just draft pure upside because you need people to have a floor to get you through to the playoffs. Because you could have some just horrible weeks. And if you spike in the playoffs, when you're not there, it doesn't really matter. So you need to draft a combination of them and have a good mix of good floor and good league winners in your team. We're on the clock again. Or we're coming back on the clock. I'm going to draft a running back here. I hope Rachaad White falls to us. And then I can get Bryce Young in the next round. Okay. Rachaad White's here. Our next pick after this one is 154. When does Bryce Young go? He goes 154 exactly. So I'm going to try and wait to see if we can get Bryce Young later. I'm going to go tight end. So I can go Likely. I can go Goddard. We have Tucker Kraft. Man, I really wish we'd have got Jordan Love there. We have both Kraft and Watson. If Goddard falls to us, or excuse me, if Likely falls to us, I'm going to take him. I like Likely more than Higgins. But I think this person right here is going to take Isaiah Likely. They don't have a tight end yet. But let's see what they do. They don't actually. Okay, they go McMillan. All right, I'm going to go likely. There we go. All right. What's the most underrated correlation strategy? What's up, Frizz? Doing a Dynasty Superflex startup draft, and first 3 picks went May, JSN, and Caleb Williams. That's pretty good. I can't lie, that's pretty good because JSN's going into his 4th year. May, I think, is going into his, 3rd or 4th year, and Williams into his 3rd. That's a pretty good start. I don't do any dynasties. Is this your first dynasty that you've done, or do you have other dynasties? And thank you for being here, Frizz. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before, so I appreciate you being here. Same thing with you, JOC, if you're still here. Appreciate you. And that goes for anybody else in here. This is your first dynasty? That's cool. Is it? I haven't picked yet. I'm 6th pick out of 12. 6th pick is not bad. I don't do a lot of super flex, but from the 6th pick, I would assume in a super flex you have to. Frizz. What just happened? Okay. You have to go quarterback in a super flex at the 6th pick. You just have to. Otherwise, you're going to fall far behind. Seems crazy someone took Caleb Williams at 3rd pick. That is crazy. Even though it's a dynasty super flex, I don't think I would pick Josh Allen over Caleb Williams. What? There's a 4 or 5 year difference? That is crazy. Louis says, would you add a 3rd tight end to Bowers and Kittle in best ball? No, I would not. I need to make sure I take him. I would not add a 3rd tight end to Bowers and Kittle. Bowers is going to carry your team. And Kittle, I'm drafting Kittle as if he's going to come back. Like, he's going to miss 4 or 5 weeks. I'm not an expert. I'm an idiot. I don't know. But Kittle, when he's healthy, is another elite tight end like Bowers. If you do draft a 3rd tight end, I would pick him in round 18. But if I have Bauer and Kittles, I'm not drafting a 3rd tight end. I'm not. All right, I need Bryce Young. I got Chuba and Tet. So I need Bryce Young here. All right, here we go. Getting Bryce. And then I'm going to get a receiver on the way back here. I don't have a rookie yet, so I want to go Denzel Boston. I can go Antonio Williams. I'm going to go one of those two. Let's see who we get. I do like this team a lot. We'll look at both of our teams that we drafted today, and see how they did. I don't think my first team did that good. We kind of waited to take a lot of our players. All right. Denzel Boston, come on down. We need a rookie. We got one. We're done at quarterback. Wow, we're also done at running back. Wow. All right. Interesting. Wonder why. 22. Oh, yeah. 4 running back is the move. Yeah. Okay. 3-4-8-3. I don't think I've ever done a 3-4-8-3 build before. But yeah, he's not coming back. Okay. Which players are you drafting above ADP because you believe the field is wrong on them? So my rank, that's only 2 ahead. I'm going to be honest, Saquon. I'm drafting Saquon pretty high. I think Kittle. I actually really like George Kittle in best ball this year. I'm drafting Kittle pretty high. Malik Neighbors, I feel like I'm drafting more than other people. Let's go here. How do I do this? I've never actually done this on this. Rankings. NFL. Let's look. Devontae Smith. I know these are all Eagles players. I know. I'm pretty low on Jeremiah Love. I like Terry McLaurin a lot. I do. I like Terry McLaurin a lot. He's the number 1 option in a team that's supposed to be better than last year because their quarterback wasn't hurt. I'm pretty low on Montgomery. Let's see. Which other players? Would I draft Bijan, Gibbs, Josh Allen, or Jamar Chase? I'm going Gibbs, Bijan, Chase, or Allen. But you were the one that was talking about the Superflex, right? In Superflex, I would go Josh Allen first. In Superflex, I would go Josh Allen, and then I would go Bijan. That's what I would do. Josh Allen and Bijan. Oh, wait, am I up? Oh, wait, I'm on the clock. Oh, no. Okay, wait. I will go Tesla. I don't have him yet. I think it's my first time ever drafting Tesla. Yeah, I would go Josh Allen because it's a super flex. And then I would go Bijan. He's a year younger. And I think he's just so good. And then Jamar Chase is good, but I wouldn't take him over the 2 running backs. But because it's super flex, I would go. Oh, I got to take a receiver here. Wow. This sucks. I've already taken Jared Judy. I'm not going to take him again. I'll take Flournoy. Pair him up with CeeDee Lamb, but I just don't have Dak Prescott, which sucks. And I could go tight end again. Is 0 RB still viable in today's underdog tournaments? Let's look at the board here. 0 RB means you're taking like 3 or 4 running receivers out of the gate and not a single running back till probably round 4 or 5. So the first running back that you would be taking is Montgomery. Part of me wants to go double quarterback, like if Josh Allen, Perry Mahomes, or Trevor. Yeah, in a super flex, I think. So the way it works is quarterbacks in a super flex make up such a large portion of the pie in terms of how many points that you're getting. Because I'm assuming it's 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, a traditional flex, and then a defense and kicker. In a normal non-flex league, quarterback's portion of the pie is like 10%, right? So that's why you're taking quarterbacks in the 3rd round, the 5th round, the 6th round here, because they're 10% of the total pie, if not less. in a super flex, they then take up about 20 to 22, 23% of the pie. And so that's why you're seeing them drafted up here, because they take up such a large portion of the pie. So if you're able to get a Josh Allen and pair him with a Mahomes or Trevor Lawrence, who are going to be in the NFL for a long time still, and win you some leagues early on, hopefully, it's good because in a super flex they take a large portion of the pie. But if we're going back to my 0 RB question, I don't think it's doable. I think you need to take at least one running back in this range. Right here, up until about ETN, you need to take one of these running backs. You have to. I think it's very difficult to do what this person is doing at 3 right here. This is 0 RB. I think it's very difficult to do because you're stuck with Tucker, Wilson, Brooks, who might not even played 3 snaps of football in his entire life for NFL. Dowdle, who might not be the one, and Stevenson, who might not be the one. It's just so difficult to do anything there. Okay, we're on the clock. We've already taken Tyreek. We can take another tight end, which is what we're going to do. We're going to take Njoku. He signed with the Chargers. I'm going to take Njoku. And then we're done. We have one more pick left. We're coming up right here. And we have Devon Achane on the thumbnail here. So this question says, if Devon Achane misses time, which teammate benefits the most? If Devon Achane misses any time and the Dolphins don't sign anybody else, that offense is just dead. Would you put the tight end in a super flex? No, I would not. The super flex position is so valuable for the quarterback to put a second quarterback out there where their floor is about what? A floor for a quarterback could be 10 points. And a floor for a tight end could literally be like 2-3 points. Unless you're going Bowers, McBride, but I would not do that. I would take a second quarterback. And then I'll go Zachariah Brands to get a second. I would go Tyreek again, but I'm going to go Branch. Oh, this said to go other running back. That's okay. The super flex position is too valuable to put anything other than a quarterback there. You could argue that you could put like Chase, Puka, JSN if you got all 3 of those. You could argue that to put in the super flex spot. But if you're drafting in a super flex league, which I'm going to be honest, I don't play super flex. I don't play. But the position is just too valuable to have anything other than a quarterback there because of the floor and ceiling potential. Okay, we're going to wait for this draft to be over. We will sync. Oh, going back to my Devon Achane misses time question. If Devon Achane misses any time, the Dolphins are dead. They're already out of water, flopping around with no oxygen. Their gills are injured. They set Malik Willis up for the worst time possible. That guy, I feel bad for him. They got Greg Dulcich. They got Chris Bell. They got Mike Washington. Who did they got? Malik Washington. Caleb Douglas. They got nobody on the Dolphins. So if Devon Achane goes down, everybody goes down. They already are not good. But Devon Achane cannot miss any time. If Devon Achane misses any time, the Dolphins are not doing anything. They're going to throw the ball more, so I would say it would help the quarterback, but it won't because their backup running backs are not good. All right, let's sync this. One more time. Thank you all for being here. This has been a really fun stream. I appreciate all you guys for being here. We got a new sub today. Thank you again, Mr. Grapefruit, if you are here. I appreciate you. I didn't see you typing in the chat, but just know that we appreciate you. We got Frizz here. We got Louie here. I know we got JOC, Corey in the house. So thank you all for being here. It means a lot. If you haven't already and you enjoyed the stream, we did already do the second draft, but go ahead and hit the like button. It helps out a lot. in getting more people in here and just having a good time. So what I like to do right now is I like to name these teams 3, 4, 8, 3. 3, 4, 8, 3. And then today is 5, 15, 26. Just in case I win any money, we can come back to the stream that we won the money on and 2, 5, 8, 3 and see what our thought process was. And this was the 15th. Okay. All right, let's sync it one more time. All right, we're synced. Let's go over here, refresh this. Go to best ball. I think our first draft was terrible, but I think our second draft was pretty good. Yeah, this second draft was really good in my opinion, and the tool thinks so as well. And we got a B+ on this one, so we did actually really good today on the drafts. And who knows, maybe we drafted a $10,000 team. Who knows? But let's go over them real quick. So we got Kyler Murray stacked with Jordan Addison. We got Tyler Shuck stacked with Travis Etienne. We got Young with Chuba and Tet. Then we got Saquon, Rashad White. We got Lamb, Watson, Boston, Tesla, Flournoy, Branch. For tight end, we got Kraft, Likely, and Njoku. This is a really good team. So maybe we win some money on this one. Then over here, we got Josh Allen paired with James Cook. We got Cam Ward paired with Carnell Tate. For the rest of the running backs, we got Achane, Warren, Krosky, Merritt, Charbonnet. For the rest of the receivers, we got Higgins, Thomas, Godwin, Judy, Harris, Hill, Wicks. We got Pitts, Ferguson, and Kenyon Sadiq. So that's going to do it for today. If you get the Flock Fantasy Best Ball tool, can you sync previous drafts? So this is my guess, right? Yes. If you get the tool right now, my guess is that it will go back and sync every single NFL draft that you've already done, because that's what it did for me. I did one draft. Actually, I didn't do any drafts. But my guess is that it will do it, because you don't have to sync it after each specific draft. You can wait a week and then sync it again, and then it'll sync all the drafts that it hadn't synced yet. So yeah, I'm about 99% sure that it'll sync all your drafts. So you can wait until the last minute if you wanted to and just sync all your drafts, but then you don't get the tool for the whole best ball season. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna hopefully go live again tomorrow. Hit the sub button and hit the notification so you don't miss out on the draft. We did both the Frenchies today. Hopefully we can at least make the finals in a very easy finals friendly tournament. And you guys have been really cool. So thank you for being here. Have a good rest of your day. And I hope to see you soon. Take care.